and welcome to my channel. I'm Fornax, and today I want to shine a light on World v World gameplay. There are changes coming which could breathe new life into this long neglected and often overlooked gaming gem. So today we are going to have a chat with the guildmaster of the Special Tactics Assault Recon Guild, or StaR for short, which is a dedicated World v World guild. Now he will be sharing his thoughts, experiences and opinions around World v World, so be warned, there will be opinions expressed here. You may agree with them, you may not agree with them. I welcome all well-rounded, thoughtful discourse in the comments section below. May the game gods help us. Also, if you are a guildmaster, commander or dedicated World v World player and want to share your experiences, ideas and thoughts about the game type, please PM me here or in the Krytan Herald Discord. There are links below. And you never know, you could be featured on the channel to help promote and spread some World v World love about the internet. Now before we jump in, I just wanted to talk about the sound quality because it will vary in different parts of the interview. I am looking to improve the situation for future interviews, but interviewing someone over a Skypey type interface, well, it's never going to be perfect. Anyway, that aside, let's jump into it. Welcome to my channel, please introduce yourself.
My name is Ultima. I am the leader of StaR. I play a Guardian/Firebrand.
Do you have any noteworthy achievements on your character?
Not really. We were presented an award about 4 years ago, which was what I linked you. And that was officially from ANET to us.
Oh wow, what did you get that award for?
Just for being active that much during the season at once. Okay. So basically what it means is that for those 100 and whatever hours, we were active and just still going, pretty much.
Was it a continuous raid, with people online holding their ground and keeping those objectives under the StaR banner?
Yes, all between the 3 commanders we had back then.
So I guess that actually might be the most epic thing you've done in-game.
Probably.
What is the most balls stupid thing you've done in-game?
Map completion.
Okay, on to my next question. Why do you like to play World v World?
Just the aspect of it. Just all the many people versus many people aspect of it, and how you have to rely on your team for everything that's out there.
Is there a player in the game who you respect and admire, and if so, how have they earned your admiration?
Yeah, there's a guy, his name is Sir Shield, he's over on NA, and basically he was the one that taught me everything that I know. And so if I had to admire one person, it'd probably be him.
Did he introduce you to the game and take you under his wing?
So for Guild Wars 1, I was in a guild called King, and then when I went over to the second one, he kind of, you know, he spent a good amount of money and a good amount of time to teach me all the things that there is to teach in this game, and it's kind of shaped me into the leader I am today.
What enticed you to become a commander in World v World? Because it is a very stressful activity. I have led a Havoc group for approximately 10 seconds and it was like trying to herd a mountain of cats.
Just, you know, that I know I have what it takes and I know I can organize all these people and, you know, that we can be successful out there.
How do you inspire your troops to follow you?
Just, you know, tell them. Like, for example, before we start, at the beginning of every week, I tell them, you know, let's get out there, do our best. And it's just, you know, we kind of have that core team that likes to do what it is we're doing, so.
How long have you been playing?
Since November of 2012.
What made you want to be a guild master?
It was kind of handed to me numerous times. I was the only one willing to take the reins and be like, you know, if nobody else wants it, then I'll do it. And so...
So glory was thrust upon you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that feeling. The Krytan Herald was basically my bank guild until my patrons prodded me into opening up to all. Now, you run a dedicated WvW guild, so what do you expect of the people who want to join StaR?
You know, we're always taking more people in and teaching them, you know, everything there is about the game. And it's just for those willing to learn. But I will say that there's criticism, there is times where, like, leaders are not always the nicest people in every situation. And as long as you can understand that, and as long as you just don't take it personal, you can join anybody, because it's kind of dependent on you. But just don't take it personally, whatever happens between any of your commanders. Because a lot of people mistake it and take it personally and feel very attacked when they shouldn't. So...
Right, so you have specific builds and tactics you want people to run because you run fairly structured WvW.
Correct.
And now you guys won't be aware, but StaR Guild has decided to kindly take the poor Krytan Herald, dirty casuals that we are, under their wing and teach us some WvW tactics. So I think we're all going to have to behave ourselves. Please promote StaR Guild.
Sure. We are currently located on WvW. When the servers do get deleted or whatever they're doing, then, you know, we'll be where we'll be. But we will most certainly be in EU, is what I'm thinking. We won't be going NA. And that's about it. We'll see what happens.
What makes you prefer EU over NA?
NA people are just, they like, okay, let's take EU people, for example. If you tell them, you know, can you get on such and such class, more than likely they're going to do it. Whereas you go over to NA, you have a 15-man squad, and out of all of those, about half of them will be rangers or thieves, who are just running their own build, running off, doing whatever, and they don't listen at all. And I mean, that's all there is to it.
So just for the record, UK players are better than US players. I just want to put that out there in case we haven't incurred the wrath of every single player of Guild Wars 2 yet. You know, just making sure.
Yeah.
Of course, disclaimers. This is opinion. Only opinion. Oh, I'm going to enjoy the combat in the comments section below. Now, what advice would you give to new players jumping into WvW for the first time? Any general or professional build advice you can offer?
For first timers, I know Berserker is meta for PvE, but do not bring that in here for your first time. So get like, let's take Ellie for example. You can do a Marauders and Knight mix or whatever, but you have to have some amount of toughness in there for your first time. Because if you don't, you're just dead, and dead people do no good. And like most of the metas out here are Necros run Trailblazer, Guardians, they're a mix. I know Celestial's meta right now.
Oh gosh, it is again? Good God, I thought that went out of fashion. Sorry, carry on.
Oh, it's always been off and on. And that's just a few examples.
Are there any professions which you would recommend for a new player?
I mean, either Warrior for melee or Necro for ranged, I would say.
Oh, nice.
What about those wanting to run like a supportive build?
Yeah.
Guardian by far, yeah.
Now, what professions do you personally like to play?
Either Probably between Guardian and Revenant still. Just love everything about the Guardian, but the Revenant's great too.
We all know that there's big upheaval on the horizon with the introduction of alliances, and I was wondering what you were hoping for with these changes.
I mean, I hope with that implementation that they raise the cap, because now you're limited to, I believe it's 60 per Borderland map and 80 on EBG. And so if they do this, then they're going to have to raise that cap eventually.
Are you hopeful that alliances will revitalize the game type?
Yeah, I think it'll do guilds good.
Yeah, I agree. We have maybe 15 players wanting to jump into World v World, but they want to play with their guildies, and right now we are scattered across so many servers.
Yeah, they're supposedly fixing that to where you just mark whatever as your WvW guild, which in your case would be your guild. And so then they just transfer to that server.
Fingers crossed it all goes well.
Yeah.
So I have a fun question for you. If you were made a game god for the day, what changes would you make to World v World? What would you add? What would you take away? Whatever.
Quite a few things. What I would add? Probably higher base health pool for the classes, because as it stands, most of them, like all of them, are below 20k, and with the way what I would remove, actually, that brings me to my next point, just nerf some of the abilities that are there, because there are some skills right now that'll take almost half your health bar away right now. Like the Revenant, the Hammer 2 skill can crit for 7k right now. And that's over half of some people's health pool.
What about visual effects? Would you dampen them down so you didn't have to deal with that mess of spell effects in large scale combat?
I would say add an option to turn that off.
Yep, I totally agree. Can you recommend any content creators that new players wanting to jump into World v World will benefit from? So Twitchers, bloggers, YouTubers, etc.
Not Teapot, that's for sure.
Salty.
I'm just saying, I've had nothing but bad experiences with that dude. WP, he has probably the most informative. I can't think of anyone else. Maybe Aurora. I don't really watch her though.
No.
Because she mostly does PvE.
Yeah, I have noticed a lack of World v World content creators. Wooden Potatoes has done some great videos on the subject, but he himself admits he is not a massive World v Worlder. See if we can show the World v World community some love here on the channel. There are links to the StaR Guild in the pinned comment below. Please do check them out. Now, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to share your thoughts with everyone here today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. We look forward to allying with you.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm really rubbish. You may regret that deeply. Please let me know in the comments if there are any World v World content creators you would recommend. Let's do our best to drive up interest in this game type and support the changes to come. I want to take a moment to thank my patrons. Their support allows me to dedicate myself more and more to content creation. I can never thank them all enough for their kindness, friendship and enthusiasm. If you're thinking of joining the Guild Wars 2 community, there are referral links below to the free-to-play game, the Heart of Thorns expansion and the Path of Fire expansion 2. Thanks to the generosity of ArenaNet and their partner program, using these referrals directly supports my channel. There will be more World v World content to come, so please keep an eye on my Twitter for upcoming interviews and events. I hope you will join me again, but until then, as always, thanks for watching.